surprise, that little bird there is a puffin. Kind of like a freshwater perch. So I'm going to grab a few handfuls of that for food that I've ever had. Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. It's a tiny bit windy here, so I hope you can hear me okay. Yeah, I haven't done a video in a long time, so I'm really looking forward to doing this one. It is going to be just a simple day foraging by the seaside. I'm only eating what I can find, and that's the rule. No salt or pepper, nothing like that. Not even lemon juice. So I'm just going to be foraging for wild plants, and then I'm going to be doing a bit of fishing in the kayak as well. I have the kayak on the roof on the van, but at the moment I'm just at the seaside, and I'm going to get some plants, hopefully some sea beet. There's lots of sea beet behind me, and there's also some purslane behind me as well. I'll show you those so we can identify those, and then hopefully later on catch a fish as well and cook it all up. It's my birthday today, and my wife asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and so all I wanted was to get a good day out by the sea. A full day, 12 hours. So the trick is no food. I don't have any shop bought food. I only have fresh water. So the trick is literally just to eat whatever I can find. Okay folks, you're probably wondering where I am, so I'm not going to tell you exactly where I am, but what I will tell you is I'm in an estuary. So what an estuary is where the mouth of a river will meet the sea, or several rivers actually can typically run together by the time they get to the sea. So this particular estuary has 5 rivers running into it. When the goddamn wind is driving me mad, I can hear it in my ears whistling, so I just know you can't hear me properly there. Okay, it's dying down a little bit. If I can hide in behind something, I will I'll have a chat with you there. Okay, do that. Give me a second there. All right. There's the estuary there. You can see it's a really long flat land, muddy base to it. Okay, so yeah, what is an estuary? Basically, where the fresh water comes in to meet the salty water. All the dirt and the silt from the river settles there on the bed of the estuary. It's a really good habitat for birds, so you'd have a lot of nesting birds around there. So a lot of those areas where you go to in estuaries, they can be wildlife conservation areas, so you just have to be careful not to light fires. You could be lighting a fire right on a bird's nest and you wouldn't even know. So you just have to be careful. But they really are a really great place for finding wild edible plants as well. So that's obviously what I am going to do now. So I'll show you the first edible plant, which is behind me here. This is sea beet. You'd see this if you follow my channel or you look at any of my other videos. You'll see this plant there. I just absolutely love this plant. It's so abundant by the sea. It's just absolutely everywhere, but again, you need to know the right area you're looking for. An estuary is perfect for finding sea beet. Beetroot is actually a cultivated version and a genetically modified version of sea beet, so you can imagine which will be better for you. So that's the root there. You can see the colour of the root. It's very similar to the colour of a beetroot, but that's the only distinguishing feature really that compares it to the beetroot that you'd buy in the shop. Okay, so in between all the shingle here you can see the sea spray. Small little succulents are really moist. Absolutely gorgeous colour. Like, I mean, they're pink and green and purple. Don't pick it up by the root. Like, I mean, there is a lot of it here, so if you pick it up by the root it's going to be fine, really, to be honest. But generally speaking, just don't pick anything out by the root. Give it a chance to continue living its life and coming back up year after year. But really, like, it's absolutely gorgeous to taste. few little tiny crabs there. I don't know if you can see them. Having an argument with each other. So there's little tiny pea crabs that actually live inside mussels. So they're kind of like a parasitic crab. So they actually get into the mussel. They'll get into the mussel and they will actually live in there. So sometimes you actually find them in your mussels if you wanted to eat wild mussels from the seashore. Got little barnacles everywhere on those rocks. Barnacles are all over the mussels out there as well. That's a mussel bed out there. A whole big bed there that looks white in the distance. And look at this monster of a mussel here. That's a huge mussel covered in barnacles. You can see on the mussel here there's a little thing called a beard, and this is what they use to stick to rocks and whatever they want to stick to. The pharmaceutical industry have been trying to synthesize an adhesive similar to what the mussel has on its beard. It can stick to anything, even underwater, and it can even underwater can stick to anything, even Teflon. So they're really cool. I'll do a video on mussels when it's winter time. There's some sea lettuce, and it'll be still alive actually because it's attached to an old mussel shell. Sea lettuce is a really nice type of seaweed, but there's only a very small amount of it here, so I wouldn't take it. But seaweed is another video I'm going to do. It's absolutely gorgeous. Some of the kelps are really nice, so I'll do another video on those one day. But yeah, sea lettuce, it's gorgeous. Oh, we have little fish in there. Isn't that just amazing? Look, little fish living in just enough moisture to keep itself alive. Come here, Woody. Oh my god. I think they're called a blenny, those little fish. They're called a blenny as far as I know. I'll have to absolutely make sure. Oh look, there's two of them there. So here's one. Oh, there we go. He's a little beauty, look at him. Like a little catfish. You can actually see his gills moving there. So he is obviously able to breathe to a degree out of water. I mean, there's a little small bit of water in this puddle here, but it's really not very much at all. So he must have some ability to breathe out of the water. So I'm going to have to check and see what kind of fish that actually is. But I think they're called a blenny. So there it is. Oh, lovely little fish. Oh, lovely little guy. So the fact that he can live where he is, I need to just leave him there. He's waiting on the tide to come back in now. Oh, he's a gorgeous little guy. Wow, he really is lovely. He doesn't have a tail like most fish. He looks a little bit like a catfish. Where is he gone? There he is. Perfectly camouflaged. Look at him there. So I'm going to put you back there, buddy. I can see some Marsh Samphire over here. So there is sea spray with the pink ends on it. Little succulent, gorgeous to eat. And right alongside it, you've got Marsh Samphire. It looks like a little cactus, and it will grow in muddy marsh areas as well. So this is right beside the estuary where I began my trip. But this here is used in restaurants across the world, and it's a really sought after little vegetable. I really like it. It is quite salty, but it's very moist as well. It used to be used in glass making years and years ago. The actual name for it is glasswort, and it used to be used in the furnaces to be able to keep the furnace at a particular temperature to melt the glass. You have to pick it when the tide is low. This is sea purslane. There is a common version of this, and it's inland, so it doesn't need the salt marshes. You'll probably have this in your garden, except it won't have that velvety look on it. Again, I really love the texture of these. They're absolutely gorgeous. Lovely in the salad, and there's an absolute blanket of it here at the side of the seashore. really nice, pretty salty, but really nice in a salad if you add it in amongst other things. So I'm going to grab a few handfuls of that as well, along with the Marsh Samphire. It's a bit slow, that's the only thing, so I'll speed that up for you. So the Marsh Samphire needs a really good clean. That really does be dirty. So you can see the purslane there, sea purslane, has that velvety colour, but the one in your garden would be kind of more like a leathery colour. Then you've got the sea spray here, the lovely pink colours, and then you have the Marsh Samphire, which is in there somewhere too. There it is, Marsh Samphire. And we have sea beet as well. So we've got a good bag of stuff there. I mean, I don't know how heavy that is, but if I didn't even catch a fish today, this would be enough to keep me fed and alive. But I'd probably be parching with the thirst for about a week after, so I think I need to go and get a fish. Look, okay, I'd say that's probably good enough. Time to go fishing. Okay, so it's really weird. I'm back in the van and I don't have anything to eat. Normally have a little snack on the seat beside me or something. All I have is fresh water. So it's really kind of weird how you just kind of rely on having, like, you know, little snacks in between food. You know, I wouldn't mind having something to eat, but look it. We'll eat like kings now shortly. Fingers crossed. Okay guys, so the situation is I'm leaving the harbour now on the kayak to go fishing. The plan is to go to the island, Ireland's Eye, on the kayak and hopefully catch 1 or 2 fish around the island. So off we go. Okay, this ground here, it's a little bit calmer. Like everything, I seem to go the long way around and the hard way. I went all the way around the back of the island and that was against all the big currents there, so this side is a little bit less exposed to the wind. I should have come around the front and came this way, but anyway, here we are. So I'm going to do a bit of fishing here. It was way too windy and wavy over there to drop a line down, so we'll give it a go and see if there's any mackerel here. So I've got like a 26 gram Toby, which I used to use fishing for pike. Quite a few jellyfish in the water at the moment. Try for a pollock in there close to those rocks. Birds are going bonkers. Have something anyway. Getting very close to those rocks. Tiny little pollock, let him back. Off you go, buddy. Guys, that little bird there is a puffin. That's the puffin right there on the left. Now it's on the right. Gonna see if I can get closer to the puffin. This video is supposed to be about eating food. That's not what we're after though. Gorgeous little fish. Just pulled up a healthy piece of sugar kelp. Really nice to eat. Put that in the freezer box. Okay, here on this rock we've got red dulse. It's red in colour. That's kind of an orangey reddish colour. It can vary from different waters, but it's a really nice edible seaweed. That's it there. I kind of can't really see the colour of it properly through my glasses, but I know it is a kind of a reddish colour. So I'm going to grab a few handfuls of that. Really nice. I'd rather a fish. Put that in the cooler box again. We're on. I've never caught one of these fish before. They're kind of like a freshwater perch. They raise up their back fin, their dorsal fin like that. They've really big spikes on them, and then they've spikes down here on their pectoral fins as well. That's my first wrasse. Lovely little fish. Not edible. Well, it is edible. Some people do eat them, but it's too small. Go, buddy. Come up onto the island here. No fish for lunch. Gonna have a look around the island, and don't think I'm gonna be eating for lunch. I think it'll be dinner. No fish out there worth taking home. They were just too small. behind a rock here and it's not that windy. I'm just going to chill out here for a short amount of time. Hopefully the wind will die down a bit. It's just really bad out there. Fresh water. Rinse that out. Fresh water into the pan. It'll be the most simplest dinner I've had in a long time. 41 today. Oh my god. So most of the veg I'm going to put in is going to be sea beet, and I've had nothing to eat all day. It'll be salty. And a nice bit of seaweed in there as well. Smells amazing. Oh yeah. Very nice. It's the leanest day for food that I've ever had. So I suppose doing something like this kind of gives us an idea of what it takes to get our food. It's not easy. I'm not a vegetarian and I like fish, so I would have loved to have had fish. This was really nice, by the way. So if you like the channel, guys, or sorry, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up there. I'd really be delighted if you'd leave a comment there for me as well. Share the video if you want. Subscribe and keep in touch. So the main focus now is to get back to land and get over that crazy looking sea out there. Thanks a million for watching, guys.